Hello, and it's a pleasure to be with you from our The Billion Coin TBC live broadcast. This is Stephen Tyrone Cuffey reporting to you for another broadcast, live broadcast before you, representing the Billion Coin. This is my 305th S305 live broadcast today, and it's a pleasure to be with you all. Now, before I um, get going, I want to say first, I want to say hello to my hardworking wife, who's who's always takes time to watch me right from one of her offices in the hospital. And I want you to know I love you so much and that you're always there. And also, I believe I have my little one Kayla that's there. I found out. Kayla didn't get to watch me yesterday at the time that, and Kayla didn't got to watch me at the time I started yesterday, but they saw it later. And they even asked about me. Kayla asked about me. So I tell you, she's so wonderful. Kayla, thank you so much for being there. And also Butterball, we call Caitlin. All right, now, I want to thank, because I think we have some more people in our chat room. I'm not going to go through the whole chat room here, but I see that I have people from my Bangladesh community. I want to thank all of you for being there. Now, I have a little announcement to make about our country that was just announced, hot off the press. But it goes on to what I'm going to talk about today. Okay? Now, just about 10 to 15 minutes ago, our president of the United States, and y'all, I'm not going to mention his name because y'all know who he is, just decided to put people back to work. And get this. So the shutdown, the federal government shutdown just ended. But get this though, temporarily. Temporarily. So in other words, in 3 weeks, there's a chance that it could be back like it was again. Now, mind you, over 800,000 people of the federal government has been forced to go to work without pay. And that's part of what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to lead into what I'm about to talk about today. Okay? Without pay for 35 days of a government shutdown because of a president talking about a wall. But guess what? The powers that be, the Congress, decided not to give him the money to do it. Even his own government party went against him. Now, I'm not going to get on this federal because this doesn't directly affect the world, but it has some effect on the world, but don't directly affect the world, but affect people here. Now, it doesn't affect me directly because I don't depend on the federal government. I'm retired, folks. Nor did my wife. She don't work for the federal government and would never will. So let me point out to you this. My concern is the people. And that's what I love about the Billion Coin, is for the people. So if any one of you 800,000 people out there that's been dependent upon the federal government, it is your livelihood, let me ask you something. Do you have a plan B? That's what I'm talking about today. Do you have a plan B or C or whatever? But do you have a plan B if your job, which some people refer to as just over broke, does it actually take care of every facet of your life? I guess some of you will know the answer to that one. You know why? Because the minute when it was just swept under your feet, when you didn't get a paycheck. And we have heard today that some people that never had even, and get what they were asking some people to do, to take out loans to pay for their bills. I had There was a lady came on the news that said, my credit is wonderful. Why should I have to take why I have to take out a loan when I never had to ask anybody for money? Because the money that I made on my job was enough. Some people had to go to homeless shelters to get food for their family because of what this president did. Do you think he's really, really sorry? Hell no. No. See, my heart goes out for the people. I care less what the Congress and the president do. You know, but the fact is, you affected 800,000 people. So my cry to 8,000 people is this. Do you have a plan B? Meaning that this plan A, this your job that you depend on so much, let you down without you seeing without you even seeing it coming. For 35 days, this government was on a shutdown, and now they only really opened up for temporarily, because in 3 weeks, by February 15th, now the likelihood, we hope that it doesn't go, but see, that uncertainty is what people are worried about. So do you have a plan B? A lot of us here in the Billion Coin, we've had a plan B since the day we signed up for our agreement. Because you can make cash flow here in plan B, and your plan B can be the Billion Coin. Now, for me, I have a plan B, a plan C, a plan D, and my loved one and I, we're going to build something so massive, so big for our future that we don't ever have to worry about money ever again. And the Billion Coin is just one of the plan Bs. We got many plan Bs or Cs or Ds or whatever you want to call it. The Billion Coin can be your plan B if you really want it to be your plan B. But see, some of you out there, like I've had another person on my team got in touch with me today and saying that, and criticizing that some Nigerians are saying that TBC is a fad, is not real, and that kind of thing. Well, those are the people I was talking about before that's led incorrectly. Because the people that I've talked to, that I know, are using TBC. Some of their products, they paying for 100% TBC in their stores. Some they paying 50% TBC and 50% Naira, which is their currency, their fiat currency. It's called Naira. Farana, I think it's called, his name is. He's going through, trying to get everyone to use TBC as for payment. Whether it's a percentage of TBC or a percentage of their Naira. So I tell people when they come to me and say they're concerned about what they're hearing, I said, did you go to the blog? See, every time someone comes to me with that what other people say, and then there's some rumor going around that there's some Nigerians invented TBC. I thought that was hilarious when I heard that. Again, don't believe what you hear. Refer to the blog for any information you need. Now back to what I'm saying. I'm gonna get to because it's only about a couple of videos that I'm gonna just talk about that's on the blog. I just want to talk to you a little bit. Folks, if you don't have a plan B in case your plan A doesn't work, you are in trouble. If you're depending on a job, and some of you have been working in the government that have went to college. Well, I went to college. I got my college degree, folks. I have a bachelor's degree in psychology. I was a mental health therapist for 9 years before I became a probation officer, intake officer for 22. 9 years, 22. Isn't that over 30 years, folks? I've been there and done it, folks. If I ever decide to go back to work, it's because I want to, not because I have to. My goal is to build my own empire, financial system. For my wife and I, we're doing this thing together. We're going to make it happen because we believe in each other that we can make it happen. But I'm crying out to the people out there. Do you have a plan B? Are you building multiple streams of income that can help you and your family? Are you starting a legacy for your family when you're dead and gone, that legacy can be carried on from years, decades, and decades and decades? Could you start something today that could be a plan B that can never be stopped? Think about it, folks. Do you have a plan B that can never be stopped? That can promote a legacy of financial wealth? Guess what? You can use the Billion Coin for that purpose too. So if there's any of the 800,000 people that may see this video on YouTube, reach out to me. I can show you exactly how you can have a full-time income right at home. I can show you a system that we call a 23-step cash flow system. I can point you to a cash flow coach that can have money come in your pocket that equal or better what you're making now. Now, if y'all saw the video that Mbe did with another person, I think he said he was in Italy. I'm not sure. I don't know if he was in Italy or was he in his country. I got to listen to it again. Somebody that was out of TBC came back and they did a 50% transaction, peer-to-peer transaction. You know, when we talk about peer-to-peer transactions, where's evidence of that right on the blog. There's evidence of my friend Pratam Kumar in India with several of his countrymen now become a part of our TBC community, are now bringing in their stores. They're merchants, folks. They're becoming merchants in our Kriegel Cashback office, in our listing. Oh, I'm telling you, folks, I am so happy that I learned 10 years ago that if you depend on your job to bail you out, you may be in for a rude awakening. You see? See, I was blessed to be in the presence of some very sharp people that had become millionaires over time. And they taught me, they were my mentors in another opportunity I was in way years ago before TBC was probably even thought about. And they told me some things I told you yesterday. And I made that excuse, and guess what? It was it was already put on the blog before 24 hours in fact in less than 8 hours. Admin had already put it on the blog, and I'm gonna show it to you in a minute. When I said you can make excuses or you can make money, but you cannot do both. And guess what it was titled? What I said. I tell you, if admin and I are not on the same wavelength, I don't know what is. I don't know what is if admin and I are not on the same wavelength, folks. Because I think just like admin does in some ways. See, admin know that a job can't do it for you. It's been indicated in the blog so many times in the content in which what admin writes. Admin has given you a plan B, folks, of TBC. You got cash flow coaches like Randy, like Lawrence Butana Meluleki in South Africa. You got Dan Lux, and that's really an American, but he lives in the Philippines. These are 3 cash flow coaches that I know can show you how to cash flow in TBC. There's no excuse for 800,000 people to be struggling. And you know, some people, when they working, they still struggling financially. I listen to videos on people who making thousands and thousands per week every day on this computer right here. There are so many great online businesses out there where you can make. It used to be when you used, it used to be a time when you could actually make thousands and thousands per month, and you still can. But guess it's gotten better now. You can make thousands and thousands per week here in the United States, and these businesses, some of these businesses are international. Well, TBC is international, isn't it? If Mbe, in the past 2 weeks, he's made a $1,000 peer-to-peer transaction, and I don't know how much it was that showed on the blog today, because he was showing his cash in Naira. And they did a 50-50 peer-to-peer transaction. In case you don't know what that is, I'm not going to explain it to you, folks. Be a student of the blog and learn what that is. I know what it is. Brandon knows what it is. Other leaders know what it is. But it's all in the blog. It makes it a win-win for both the sponsor and the receiver of the TBC coin. There is a plan B in the Billion Coin. If you want it to be, it's all here. It's all the step by step. It's all in the blog. All you got to do is just put it to action. So I'm saying to folks, where's your plan B? Where is it? Where's your plan B that can make you reach the financial success you're trying to receive for you and your family? Make a plan B. Let TBC be your future. Because see, when we get to 1 billion members, folks, in case you don't know, in case you didn't look in your Crinkle Cash back office and see exactly how it's will be done. And let me go over it right now. Let me show you exactly how it's going to be done. And some of you have seen this before. Let's do a screen share for a minute. I'm going to show you exactly how it's going. What we're doing right now with the rapid reward system, but that's not what I'm referring to. Let's log into our Crinkle Cash back office. Okay, this is our rapid reward system. Well, let's keep scrolling all the way down. Okay. It's right here. And it says, what do you want to be? A millionaire or a billionaire? Okay. How TBC will end poverty globally. That's what it says. It reads, out of 7.5 billion global population, about 4 billion are of the working class that support the children, seniors, and disabled, and the TBC millionaires will provide far more jobs than there are people in the world, creating zero unemployment and ending poverty forever. That's what it says. And it go on to say, now, 1 billion, because you know, what did we say? We're creating 1 billion millionaires and 1 billion billionaires and 1 million billionaires. It says 1 billion TBC millionaires will each, and it says will each already have the means to create 5 to 10 job opportunities for the working class. And think about that right there. That's 1 billion. That's one of those millionaires would have 5 to 10 jobs opportunities for the working class. And that's when we get to a billion people, okay? Then it go on to say 1 million TBC billionaires will provide liquidity to the TBC millionaires for job creation perpetually. Thus, empty admin wallet that you heard me say yesterday. We are in the distribution phase of TBC right here and now, folks. So if some of our people that they playing cat and mouse or whatever you want to call it with our employees, these 800,000 people, that's so dependent upon their livelihood, which is their job. They are made to go to work and haven't been paid, folks, in over 3 weeks. Look at air traffic controllers can't even come to work or working overtime to keep our airways safe. No, they're federal jobs, folks. Oh man, I could go on and talk about so many facets of our country that's out of work. I wouldn't even want to travel right now. Not by plane, I wouldn't. Okay, I just want to show you that. Now, while I'm here, let's go to our blog for a minute while I'm doing a screen share. Let's go to our blog right now, folks. All right. There are only 2 blog posts, and this one right here. And I said these 2 people, this wife and husband team, Key and Bex Pio, they're from New Zealand, and they are cash flow leaders. They are in Randy Wilson's cash flow class. Okay, that my computer just a little slow logging in, but you should see their face. That's Bex, and that's her husband, Key. They do their broadcast together. Okay. There are over 100 broadcasts. They're doing 104th broadcast. Actually, he's doing his 105th, so they're not together on this one. Or maybe it depends on what admin how they posted this. But it says clear instructions from cash flow leaders. Okay. Great job, folks. They're getting it done. Okay. These are my friends over New Zealand. So a couple of my friends over New Zealand, folks. Okay. All right. And this right here was what I was talking about. And you see a big smile on M.A. Degg's face. And he's talking to another person who he did a peer-to-peer transaction with. Okay? It says, lost TBCians can team up with a TBC leader to start cash flowing. This fella right here, when he came in TBC some time ago, he didn't have good leadership. So apparently, I think he must have reached out to MBay, or MBay reached out to him, and now MBay is leading him and showing him how to cash flow. I'm telling you, MBay is one of our leaders, in case people don't know it, and around the world, in the country of Cameroon, and it's in the continent of Africa. All right. All right then. Okay. So, folks, that's all I had in the blog today. So I'm going to come out of the screen share. So the theme of today, folks, are you using, and I'm going to bring in Harun in just a minute, are you using TBC as your plan B? Because I'm reaching out, like I said, 800,000 people are going back to work with the hope of getting a paycheck soon. But it's only going to be, what, 3 weeks temporary. That's a shame. It really is a shame. Okay. Now, I love introducing this guy. He's a wonderful person. You know, he is one of our leaders in TBC in the country of Nigeria. None other but Mr. Harun. How you doing, Mr. Harun?
I'm okay, Mr. Stephen Covey. I'm okay. Good evening. It is evening time in Nigeria.
Yes, I know it is. I know you are like 6 to 8, 7 hours ahead of me.
Yes, of course.
But
yes,
thank you
course.
so much. I can see you very clearly. Your internet and everything, your light is perfect. Perfect.
Thank you. Yeah, I greet everybody. I greet everybody, every TBC family in the world. And Mr. Stephen Covey, I appreciate you for mentioning Nigeria. For mentioning Nigeria in your broadcast, because we are very, very industrious, and we are very, very enthusiastic when we see something good. Yeah, you were talking about maybe some people in Nigeria, they have a sort of phobia for TBC. Yes, you are right. But I want to tell you that every Nigeria is a risk taker. That is number one. You have to know that. But it that Nigerians have been scammed before, because most of us easily fall victim to some scam because we want to succeed, because we want to make it in life. We are very, very industrious, and because our government is not treating us very well, there is corruption in Nigeria. I want to tell you today, the Chief Justice of the nation of Nigeria has been suspended today because of corruption. Of course, because of corruption. So, but we Nigerians, we are struggling, and every opportunity we have, or we see that we should just stick on, then we stick on it every legal opportunity. So, but the reason being the reason why there is some of a sort of from other people where they are very reluctant to join TBC. It is because they were thinking that TBC also is a kind of scam. But despite the fact that some people are running away from TBC, or they don't want to hear something about TBC or something about cryptocurrency, I will tell you, everybody knows that Nigeria is the most populous nation in TBC community.
That's right.
We are the most popular people in TBC community. Now that shows you that most of the people in Nigeria, despite the fact that we have been scammed before, we can see the light. We can see the light of TBC that is bringing to us. And I therefore encourage everybody, most especially every Nigeria, that TBC is not a scam. TBC is real. TBC has come to give us life. TBC has come to give us financial freedom. TBC has come to give us what the government is refusing to give us.
Exactly.
TBC is there for us. I can hear you when you made mention of you were asking us that what is our plan B? Do we have any other stream of income? As human beings, we should have multiple streams of income. Most especially if you are a salary earner. The salary you are getting today is not enough for you. Within a week, you have spent your salary. Even those who are not salary earners that they are doing some other businesses, they also have to join TBC. And in TBC today, even then, I want people to know that, in fact, you cannot talk to people the same way. You cannot talk to the people in the same way. Guess what, Mr. Stephen Coffee, today, I have been telling somebody about TBC. And I sent him a message. The message you read the I mean you played the video, or you told us that you watched the video, which admin sent to us that something concerning the criminalities in the world by the cabals, the criminality of the cabal. So now this person studied criminology, and I sent to him that you know something about you study criminology, you know something about crime. I want to show you the crime of the world. Those crimes that we are seeing, those are petty crimes. But the cabals, they are the one that make us to be criminal. We are not criminal, but they are the one that make us to be criminal. You should study that. So study that, know their plan for us. When you know they are not plan for us, and study the plan of TBC to the entire world. Now, this person has called me today that it seems is beginning to have a second thought concerning TBC. He now asked me. I was the one telling him before, inviting because he's my great friend. But now he came to me. Please tell me something about TBC. I want to know more. It is as if I'm beginning to be convinced about TBC. What do they have? Simply because of the things that I've been sending to him, that I will be directing him to the blog to read the blog. Now, every TBCian should know this. You cannot spread TBC through your own explanation or your own foundation. You cannot do TBC. You cannot spread this news or TBC good in a good way unless you stick yourself to the blog. When you stick yourself to the blog, admin has prepared everything for you. They are not sending you to go and be campaigning. Just direct them to the blog. Direct them to the blog. They should be reading the blog. And when you see something that is very, very enticing, or you see something that you know that it will make people realize how they should how they should join TBC. Just copy the blog, send the link to them. They should come and they should go and watch it. When they watch it by themselves, they will know that you are not the only one talking, but you are talking from you are doing something that you are being directed by somebody, or you are being guided by somebody. You are being guided by the system. So this is what we should do. We should not do TBC the way we like. We should do TBC the way admin has directed us to do it, the way the leaders are directing us to do it. That is how we should do TBC. And we should not be, it should not be about how do you cash. No, forget about that. The currency is becoming spendable now. It's been accepted in the world now. I told that person, go to the back office. When you open the back office, when you register in TBC, you get the free Kringles. Just go to the back office. You will see there is a menu there. I told him everything. That when you go to the back office, you will know that it is not Nigerians only that are into TBC. We have over 200 countries in the world, 200 people living in different countries. Up to 200 countries is what that are doing TBC, that are in TBC, that have become TBC members. So Nigeria is not Nigeria only. It is not US only. It is not Israel only. It is not Philippines only that are into TBC. Worldwide. The world is coming en masse into TBC, and TBC has come to stay. We should know that we are in the distribution phase for God's sake. We should not be. In fact, we should know what we are doing. We should not be greedy. We should know that we are in the distribution phase. And how do you get cash flow? It is when you help admin to distribute the coins. The cash flow will come naturally, and when you follow the leaders, you are talking about cash flow system and coaching system. I am a student of a Bitcoin. Yes, I do attend it. I have gained a lot from him. How to invite people, how to talk to people, how to present TBC to people. This is what we have been taught. By Mr. Randy, of you. So you have to be the student. You have to be the student of a leader and be a student of the blog for God's sake. This you know that financially you will be buoyant. I'm very happy today because TBC is assisting me. TBC is helping me. I'm very, very happy. Very happy. In fact, I have not had enough, maybe enough liquidity with me. But with the little I have and the vision I have, I'm seeing, the vision I'm seeing about TBC, there's no doubt TBC is going to control the world, whether the cabals like it or not. We are controlling the world. And what do I mean by controlling the world? We are not going to take over the government. No, we are not going to that. But when we have freedom, when we get this financial freedom, you see, we have conquered everything, because when you are not financially buoyant, or when you are poor, you will be slave to many things. You will be slave to the idea. You will be slave to many things. But when you are okay financially, let me tell you, there will be progress. There will be abundance in the world. You will know the crime will reduce. The crime will reduce. For God's sake, let us embrace this life of our abundance. Let us embrace this coin of abundance. This is the message I have for the world, especially those who are yet to join TBC, or those who are still skeptical about TBC. Thank you very much, Mr. Coffee. I am
great. Thank you. Thank you. I tell you, did he tell you? Did he tell you? All the things that's going wrong in the world can come to cease if we come together. See, things can happen in numbers. When you come together, and when I talk about Plan B's was the subject matter today, about a Plan B, well, I'm saying use the Billion Coin as your Plan B. You got to use something, folks. Because that JOB that we refer to as just over broke is not always working for a lot of people. I'm not saying that it's something you don't have to do, because I realize people have to work for a living. Don't get it wrong what I'm trying to say to you. What I'm saying to people is, for those people in my country, of 800,000 people that was out of work, that had to go to work without a paycheck for the last 35 days. And now our president all of a sudden want to open up the government because he didn't get what he wanted. Our Congress didn't give him the money to do what he wanted, to build a wall to keep out illegal aliens.
Of course.
Now, isn't that crazy or what? Is everybody coming across that wall not good people? Isn't it got to be somebody good coming across that wall? You want to keep everybody out? Come on now. But that's another subject matter. I just want to say this. Make sure, folks, as I close this live broadcast, make sure that you are being a student of the blog, like we were just talking about, Harun was talking about. When people come to you, point them to the blog. And that's what I always do with people. But today, I showed you in the back office of the Queen's Bank's office exactly how we're going to end poverty. It's written, it's documented. You no longer have to figure out what it is. It's right there. We will create 1 billion millionaires and 1 million billionaires. The millionaires will have each person. We get to 1 billion members. Billion members in TBC. Each millionaire of the billion members will have 5 to 10 jobs for every person that's unemployed.
Yes.
Think about that number. That's a lot of people. Folks, I don't know if you understand the addition I'm talking about. If you got 1 million people and every one of those million can create 5 to 10 jobs, that's a lot of jobs. That's more enough jobs you would need to get rid of poverty.
That is straightforward, very logical, straightforward.
Doesn't it make sense, Harun? It makes sense, right? So what I'm saying to people, we have to build this community to 1 billion members as quick as we can get there, and educate each one of those people so they can teach the right things to people, instead of listening at all that chatter out there that's not true. I'm so sick of people bad-mouthing people in Nigeria, and you can't say that from every Nigerian. There are millions of Nigerians, my God.
Of course.
Some people, every country are impatient. Some people want to cash out TBC.
Of
But if
course, of course.
everybody had read the agreement when they sign up, which people don't do, they never say anything about a cash out system. You did not when you buy a TBC, you're not making an investment, people. You're making what they call a purchase.
Of course,
You,
of course.
you're doing a peer-to-peer purchase with another person. You are a sponsor, he's the receiver. You're making a peer-to-peer transaction without no bank in the middle. That's what cryptocurrency is, folks. You don't need a bank for cryptocurrency. It's called digital currency. So, folks, I'm going to end here. I want to thank you, Haron, for everything you said. I love when you
Thank
come
you.
on because,
Thank you.
man, I tell you, you're a great leader over there. I got some really good friends over in Nigeria. You one of them, and Femi, and a few others. These are some great people. There's some great people over there, folks. You know, all I can say this. And look, they're one of the leading countries, and where y'all, I'm gonna say this good about them. They get right now, there's a few stores over there accepting 100% the Billion Coin for their products. Some taking 50%, but some of them taking 50% TBC and 50% Naira.
In Nigeria, we are having somebody who is selling land for 100% TBC, selling plots of land for 100% TBC.
100% TBC for land.
TBC.
Wow. Wow. Did y'all just hear that? Did you just hear that? That's why I love having people from different countries on my panel, because they can tell you exactly what's happening in their country. We don't even have that in the U.S. yet.
Man, in US, in US, it's something like maybe you are just alone. There's no avenue to report together, to get together. But in Africa, we can gather people together. And in one of these days, I will invite you when I am presenting to the people, to the gatherings. Maybe we'll discuss together, and I will invite you as a guest, so that you will talk to my people. You will talk to my people. You will see them like it is on the blog today that leader Mbe of Cameroon is doing TBC training. We are also doing it in Nigeria.
Yeah.
In fact, some people. No. A lot of places. There are some people who are maybe they are afraid, maybe they are shy to be seen on camera. I don't know. But when you see them presenting TBC, in fact, we have a lot. We have a lot of centers that we are training people. A lot of centers, even more than that of Cameroon, more than anywhere in the world, we are having it. But you rarely see them coming onto the air broadcasting. You realize it, but they prefer seeing their people, talking to them, and people are joining TBC en masse. So in one of the meetings, I will invite you as a guest, and we'll discuss.
I know people are joining in masses in your country. I know they are, because your country got more numbers of any country in TBC, of any country right now. So I want to thank you all.
We are just free. We are free to discuss. We can organize a meeting. We call them. We are very free. We report together anywhere we see ourselves, any occasion, any gathering. We see ourselves. Then we exchange numbers. Then we gather ourselves into groups. You form a group, and I will be talking online concerning TBC. So that is what we are doing. That is how TBC is moving in Nigeria. So thank you very much.
Great. That's great to hear. Great to hear. Okay. All right. Thank you, Haron, for coming on. Thank you all that's in my live, in my chat area. My loved one is here, and and Kayla and Caitlin, they both here. Thank you all for being here. I'm just reading some things here. Thank you for everybody that's here. Bangladesh community is also It's in my chat area. Thank you so much for coming to my 305th live broadcast. And like I said, the theme of that broadcast today was, as the question is, are you using the Billion Coin as your plan B? Because you got to have a plan B out there somewhere. And if you're a member of TBC, if you don't know how to cash flow, become be a cash flow student of Randy Wilson. It's not too many things I can guarantee, but if you follow what he says, you will cash flow. Okay? All right, y'all have a great day. Thank you all for coming here, and I was hoping to see
Thank
you
you,
all
everybody.
tomorrow. And I'll be back here at the same time tomorrow, which is my Saturday. The day is Friday here. It's already Saturday in New Zealand and Australia, but Saturday morning coming right there now. It's coming up. So y'all have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much, Aaron.
Thank you. Peace.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Peace, everybody.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.